Hello, people. Today I have with us the Tamotu white version, and this is from Kotobukiya. Now, the Tamotu is a collaboration between Kotobukiya and Maruttoys. They do some really cool conceptual, stylized little things like this guy here, and I've seen a lot of drawings and a lot of renders of some of the stuff they have. And, you know, just like going by the example of the instruction manual and some of the info that it has here, like this is Atara City, the head office building. Look at how neat that looks. This says that they focused on making robots and they started, or they're building them in 2060. This one says that this is their most popular unit and that you'll see it in white, that it started as a construction unit. It's quite ubiquitous in the world of 2060 in this universe. So it's pretty cool what kind of information they have. Now, one thing that I really love about these ones is that they are compatible with 3mm porting, and you will see all over the body of this one and the Nozeru that I reviewed before. 3mm ports on the body, on the outside, and even on the head of this guy. Let's pull this off real fast. That's a 3mm port in there, so you will be able to make this thing compatible with a lot of the other products that I use, like 30-minute missions and sisters with frame arms girl, a lot of stuff that's out there. A lot of the new Gundams even have 3mm ports on them. So let's go ahead and go over the basics of this guy. You can see that his head was articulated. It revolves around a single peg in his head. It does rock back and forth just a little bit on a ball joint inside his head here. There isn't a lot of motion because it is constrained by that ring here, but with a little bit of effort you could probably do a little bit more with it. But you get enough out of it, I think, that you wouldn't really want to mess around. There is also his legs. His legs come out quite a bit out of the body, so you can pull that to any one of these. They can pull right out and stretch. You can make him stand on them like they were feet instead of wheels, and he can hold himself up with those 4 legs. They are articulated in here on a circle, so you can actually move that forward and back. They also move up and down on a hinge. There's another up and down on that hinge there, so you can move them quite a lot. On top of the legs, there's also the crane boom, which that moves up like this. It can turn around on the 3mm peg. This is also a joint, so you can move that up, back, whichever way. Another one up here, same thing. This one extends. It's quite a nice mechanism that extends quite a bit, and it also turns, so you got that dimension as well. And there is a little grabby hand right here that can hold quite a lot of weight, actually, if it's closed properly. So you just close that and you can pick up anything that you need held in place. And with his stubby design in contracted mode, you know, with his legs all tucked in, he can actually hold quite a lot of weight. Something like my little governor here, that's no problem for him. So yeah, I mean, there's no problem with him holding that up. So the weight limit, it's modest, but more than you'd expect. Depending on what angles you get it to, if you had it fully extended and over to the side, obviously it might fall over, but just get creative with it. It's definitely a fun thing to play with. So Tamotu is also quite compatible with himself, and in terms of that, what I mean is all the lovely colors that he's come in so far which is like cream, beige, blue. I can show any other pictures that I have. I also have a yellow one. All these different guys here, all these parts on the external can be exchanged. So you can simply pull out one of these armor pieces, armor or, you know, aesthetic shell. Let's see. Such like that. And you can swap it out with one of these guys. Doing that off camera real fast for you, because it's easier for me to do it with two hands. And there's your example. So you can exchange any of these colors anywhere, and a lot of them are, you know, multi-point, so you can get quite an array of colors. For example, last night I made a couple of police versions, and I'll show that picture right now. And it is as easy as just like one port. So, you know, you get this little piece right here, and that slides onto this piece right here. And it just covers it up. And that's as easy as it gets. You know, you just slide that back into place, and, you know, he's had a recent repair now. But all of these parts, they all come off, and you get a skeleton of your Tamotu. And you can play with that as you will. So with that said, there is a lot of compatibility versus this one and the others. And then there is the other option of the Nozeru. You can change his head out with this head, and it'll work as well. You know, you just pop this guy off, and you plug this one in, and that actually functions the same way with the same pegging. And you can have a household model, or, you know, a expanded surveillance version or something like that, or a more simplistic version of your Nozeru, because I assume that these are cameras, something like that. It's an interesting little concept that you can just pop and swap these little parts out. And then being covered in 3mm ports, you can of course use any other accessories that you have. You can use weaponry, you can put your Sosai Shoujo Tien, your SST girl stuff. They can plug into that. So it's a pretty cool little thing that they've done. But this is about the white one, not about these ones. So we will go ahead and continue on with this one. So little white here, I colored these in with silver Sharpie and then put orange ink over them. Same with the back. This is red Sharpie on a clear piece here, silver in the middle two with the orange ink as well. Nice and easy. I didn't do a lot of customization on this one. There are gold eyes underneath the hood there. Basically, Tamotu can be anything you want him to be, with details and stuff like that, because there are options to customize wherever you see, especially underneath. There's a lot of detail, like you saw with the leg section off here. Everything in there is super detailed. There's drawers, you know, there's shock absorber looking things. You know, you got these vents that look like cooling for electric motors. It's a lot of fun in this little universe. Nozeru had very similar things too, so if you wanted to get crazy with the detailing, you definitely could. Or you could do what I did, and I just did some panel lining in there with this one. It's definitely something you can do. Just be careful, because it is a softer ABS plastic, and you can crack it if you use the wrong type of goop. So with all that said, I definitely recommend you getting something like this, if not this one in particular. There are different colors. Like I said, there's a lot more that I don't have. And I have the blue, I have black, I have yellow and white. There's also the retro styling ones that come with 2 different color armor sets, and the skeleton version. And then there's the pro ones too. So, I mean, you can go crazy if you go with this one. That means there's at least 5 of them that I don't have. Plus with Nozeru into the mix, then you have this one. There's a yellow one of him, and they're coming out with 2 more, and then there's the Racing in Essentia has one of these too. So there's a lot out there to go with if you wanted to get one of these. I definitely do recommend, though, trying one out. It's a very easy, very simple kit, and it just the amount of customizability is just freaking great. I love how easy it is to play with them. They are super cute. They scale well with other kits. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the scale. So Tamotu is a 1/12 scale figure, but he is not limited to that. It even tells you in the instructions that you can disregard that scale and don't get hung up on it. It is compatible with anything you want it to be compatible with. He can be friends with anything you want him to be friends with. So in this instance, he's a friend of your Gundam. He's going to hold up the flashlight for him while he works on the even bigger Gundams. Here he is with a 30-minute missions kit, and he looks like he'd do well as a companion. Also, with those huge lights, he can hold up flashlights for you going into battle. He's an observation robot. Closer to the actual intended scale, there is a frame arms girl. So you can see he would definitely be a helpful companion around the house. Here he is with a Megami device, another one that is very similarly scaled. And I know I already put them together, but here he is with a 1/24 scale hexagear governor. And here he is with a couple of 1/100 scale kits, meaning in this case Jinrai and our Alex Gundam. And you can see he is quite a small little guy for those guys to play with. Alright, and sorry if that seemed a little hasty to you, but I definitely wanted to show you guys what was going on with the size differences between some of the kits, the comparisons that I like to do. But Tamotu, Tamotu, Tamotu is definitely one that I recommend getting. You should definitely try to get your hands on one if you are interested in model kits at all, and even if you have action figures that could use a little buddy. I think he is a really cool companion for something that's similarly sized. But with that said, I will end my review with saying thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely you'll see my stuff. Bye-bye.